I'm Barratt, and I've got another if in the series, The Little Word If. I'm happy to share this from Matthew's Gospel, Matthew 27, verse 40. And it's the Pharisees talking. You that destroy the temple and build it in 3 days, save yourself. If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross. He saved others, himself he cannot save. If he's the King of Israel, let him now come down from the cross, and we will believe him. He trusted in God. Let God deliver him now if he will have him. For he said, I am the Son of God. Well, there's 3 ifs to challenge Jesus. They wanted to challenge Jesus to prove he was the Messiah, the Son of God, the King of Israel, and the proof was that he would come down from the cross. Well, obviously they were inspired by Satan, and in reality they were trying to stop the salvation of the world. Satan tried at the beginning of Jesus' ministry. He offered him all the kingdoms of the world if he'd fall down and worship him, instead of going to the cross. Well, Jesus answered in the wilderness, but here he kept silent. He didn't answer them. He was resolute. Sometimes you don't need to answer the silly questions. You know, it's common for an atheist or agnostic to say, if God's a God of love, why all the suffering in the world? They want us to prove that God's a God of love when there's suffering in the world. I remember a man who was very angry at me for believing in God. He called me an idiot and stupid. And he said, if there's a God, I'm going to curse him and blaspheme him and see if he strikes me dead. And he challenged God to curse him and strike him dead or strike him blind. And he cursed and blasphemed in front of me. And nothing happened to him. So he proved his point, there's no God. Just as the Pharisees in this passage proved that Jesus wasn't the Messiah because he didn't save himself. They were convinced they'd done away with a blasphemer and a liar, an imposter. But you know, God is God, and he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Either we believe him or we don't. It's by faith. And God allows us to not believe in him. He gives us free will. But God is God whether we believe it or not. Well, I'll leave you with a quote to challenge you from Jesus to Thomas, who wanted Jesus to prove that he'd risen from the dead. He said, unless I see the wounds. Verse 29 of chapter 21 of John. Jesus said, Thomas, because you've seen me, you believed. Blessed are they which have not seen and yet believed. Blessed are those who have not seen but still believed. God doesn't have to prove anything. Well, I hope I've made you think again. Busy man, so see you for the next if. Have a brilliant week. God bless you.